Anthony Hartwig here with a Crestview girls basketball player profile. It's the one you all been waiting for. It's Addison Rhodes, sophomore for the Rebels. Addison, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so my first question is coming into this year after all the success you had last year as a freshman, you come into the sophomore year. Now everyone knows exactly who you are, exactly what you're about. How have you handled the kind of expectations and the pressure that can come with the numbers that you were able to put up your freshman year?
Well, I worked hard to get better the off season. I tried not to put pressure on myself. I just kind of played how I knew how to play, and my teammates did an awesome job of just being there for me. And I think I just realized I just need to like just play how I knew how to play, and it'd be okay.
This is a year where you're kind of you're the one on everyone's scouting report that people are circling twice. You're seeing a bunch of different defenses thrown at you to try to slow you down. What has that been like for you? You knowing that every game you go into, you're the one that the teams are trying to stop.
Sometimes it is hard. I mean, because some defenses that we see are just hard. Like they're different defenses, and we don't see them a lot. But I think it's been like they try to like guard me, but then they leave like Laverne in the post wide open. So I
Mhm.
think they can't really stay in the weird defenses because our team is so dynamic, and we basically make them get out of the defense they're in.
Let's talk about this work that you've put in the offseason to get better because I think people see the way you play and they take it for granted almost. They think that it kind of comes out of nowhere. Talk about the work that you put in, especially in the offseason, trying to transition from freshman to sophomore year.
Really, I knew I had to get stronger because I was a little weak last year, and I'm a little stronger, but I still have a little bit. I have to be a lot more stronger to be a better player. Uh, I shot a lot in the off season. I worked on handling and my defenses. I've gotten better defensively, which I need to do. So I think just strength and shooting a lot helped me.
When you were working in the off season, what were some goals that you set for yourself this year and things that you wanted to accomplish before the season was over?
Uh, I really wanted to get better defensively because my defense wasn't really good last year. So I think just getting better defensively and being able to guard like all the positions, and I wanted to just be better than I was last year with like handling myself, and I think I've done a better job of that.
Let's talk about some of the things that this team has accomplished this year. Obviously, you haven't lost yet. What has been working so well for you guys as a unit? You think? I mean, obviously, you're able to score, but this team is able to help you a lot. There's a lot of things that your teammates do. Everyone has their role. They all kind of follow it. What has been working so well for this Crestview team?
I think everyone just doing what they're good at doing. Like everyone knows what they're good at, and we try to do what we're good at, and then we work together as a team to help each other just work together so we can do what we are all good at.
Because of the things you're able to do on the court, and you're a leader, like whether you like it or not as a sophomore. And I know a lot of people get to wait until they're a senior to really lead a team, but you're a leader on the floor. People look at you, people are looking up to you because of what you can do. What's that been like for you as a younger player to also handle leadership responsibilities, and not just leadership of the team but leadership of the younger Crestview students that kind of want to grow up to be a basketball player like you too?
I like it. I like to be the leader, and I like when people look up to me, like, because I know that I've worked hard to get to this spot that I'm at right now, and I feel like I can help other people to be their best too. So I think I mean, it's a definitely a hard task, but I think I'm good at doing it.
We've already talked to a couple of your teammates in these player profiles, and they're all talking about the family atmosphere that is in this Rebels program in the locker room, I should say. Talk about from your perspective what that family atmosphere is like and what it means to you.
Well, every day at practice, it's fun to be there. I like going to practice every day just because, like, we all joke with each other, but we're also like, we get things done. So we have such a close bond that we can focus on getting better each day, but we have fun getting better each day.
What are some of the bonding things that this team is able to do to build that chemistry? We know it doesn't come from nowhere. So, what are some of the things that this team does to build that chemistry and build that tight knit kind of family atmosphere?
We we like to hang out a lot. Like for Thanksgiving and Christmas, we all had like parties where we brought food and we just hung out. We played games, and off the court, like we're normally like all together during school and stuff. Like we talk to each other anytime we see each other in the hallways, and we just joke with each other. We just have fun with each other.
So, I've asked your teammates this too. You know, you look around the Crestview kind of girls sports community right now, and it's at the all time high. The volleyball
Yeah,
team never lost at home. They didn't lose until the regional finals. You guys haven't lost yet. What is it like to just look around and see so many great female athletes in the school and to be a part of that kind of era?
I think it's good for us because normally it's always about like the boys' sports, but I think having the girls' sports being like really good is a good like it's good to see.
Your teammates also said that they like to give the boys a little bit of a hard time this year
Yeah.
because of how good you're doing. Do you do that too? Are you trying to, have some fun teasing with the boys team?
Yeah, we tease them a little bit. It's they're always supporting us too, so that's nice.
It's all good. It's all in good fun. Trying to raise the bar for
Yeah.
Crestview sports. Let's just talk about the community as a whole. They support you so well. What is it about this Crestview community, in your perspective, that makes it so special?
Like just how supporting they are. Like we get pretty good crowds for our games, even if like the team we're playing isn't. It's not supposed to be a good game, but they still are supporting us, and everyone always is like when the teacher sees us in the hallway, they tell us good game. So it's very supporting.
You know, there are other younger players on the team that are stepping up into new roles this year. You know, you have a freshman point guard, Meyer Miller, stepping into a much bigger role. People like that you've been able to see grow into, great players on this varsity team. As a leader that we've already talked about, what's it like for you to see players like that step into a varsity role and succeed the way they are?
I love seeing them like Maya the first game. I think she had the first game of the year. She had like 3 or 4 threes, and I just love to see it because I know she can shoot like that. She just didn't have the confidence last year, and I think this year she's getting the confidence, and it's fun to watch. And Bree's doing a great job. I mean, it's hard to step in as a freshman point guard, and I think she's done everything very well. And she leads the team like her passes and her like leading the offense helps everyone else score.
Much like the volleyball team, there are a lot of games this year where you guys are dominating. It's not close. It's just a game where you have to get in, take care of business, and get out. What keeps you guys hungry in those kind of situations, and knowing that you still have to take it one game at a time, even though if you see the scores of the past and it's something like 60-14, et cetera, et cetera. What keeps you guys motivated, driven, and focused every game despite that?
We have like goals on what we want to like defensively, and I think that helps us because we really need to work on defense if we really want to go far. So I think just and our coaches preach to us that like we have to work on the little things in order to be really good. So we work on the little things, executing plays in defense during those uh like easier games, I would say.
You have had a couple of tests too. You've had a couple of games that have gone down to the wire this year. How have you been able to handle those situations considering the fact that you don't get into them a lot, you know?
Um just dealing with the adversity of like teams going on runs, we calm ourselves down and we just know that we can pull out like the game. Like we can just play good and we come together as a team to deal with it together instead of like separately getting frustrated.
Now, let's talk about your basketball journey. Talk about when you kind of fell in love with the game and when you decided that it was going to be something that you spent so much time on.
Well, I started playing when I was like in kindergarten, and then I've always played. Like my dad coached me until I was a freshman. He coached me till like eighth grade. And he always pushed me hard, and I just started loving it. Like I'd probably say fifth or sixth grade, and I always played it. This is what I've always done. So I've always loved it.
What was it like growing up with your dad as a coach and having that coach dad dynamic? What was that like for you?
He definitely pushed me. I mean, he didn't let me like he didn't go easy on me. He definitely like if I did something wrong, he'd tell me and he'd yell at me. But I think it was good because like it was good for me to learn from him and him be able to teach me and help me just try to be stronger mentally.
Let's talk about Coach Blatch, your coach now, obviously. What has he kind of helped you in your game? What do you think is this thing that he has really helped you grow in the sport of basketball?
He's helped me grow into the leader I am. He's helped me like he just helps me like be who I like lead the team. Like cuz he knows I can do it. He brings confidence in me just to keep shooting the ball even when I'm not making my shots. And he helps me like he always anytime I want in the gym, he'll get me in the gym and help me work.
Now let's talk about your academics and some of the things that you like studying and some of your favorite subjects in school.
I really like math. Just I don't know. I like numbers. I like working through the problems. I also like history, like government type stuff. I just think it's interesting.
Have
Uh,
there been any teachers so far in the Crestview High School that have really kind of impacted your career so far, or journey, I should say?
um, I really like Mrs. Joy. She helps me a lot in math, and I think I really am starting to understand math a lot more this year since she's been my teacher.
When it's game day, is it easier or harder for you to get through the school day?
I feel like the day goes by a lot faster when it's game day. Just sometimes it's harder because like sometimes I have like tests on game day, and then I have to like study for it the night before, and then I feel tired. But I feel like it just goes by faster.
Your teammates have told us that you're one of the best dancers on the team, so we have to ask about your moves a little bit and what kind of music gets you going.
Um, I'm not really that good of a dancer. I don't really know. I like Drake a lot. That's probably my favorite like artist or
Mhm.
whatever you want to call it. Yeah, probably Drake. I just like hype music. Like Ava has a good playlist, so I like to listen to. That's what we normally listen to on the bus rides and during practice.
Is there one song that could get you hyped up no matter what time of day or what mood you're in? It's like, okay, that you hear that music and it's like, let's go.
Um, Probably like All of the Lights by Kanye or just any Drake song. I really like Drake a lot.
Do you have any game day superstitions or things that you have to stick to in a game day routine that you feel off if you don't do it?
I have to eat before a game or I feel like and I have to shoot before a game or I feel like I won't be able to shoot at all during the game. And I always stretch before games. I just like to be here earlier than later, especially on home games.
What's your favorite pregame meal?
Chicken and rice
Mm.
or like a
What
chicken bacon ranch wrap.
What about the meal after a big game, like a big win celebration meal?
Um, I either eat steak or pizza.
That's a good toss up right there.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about the goals that you still have. We've talked about goals that you set this year, but you're just a sophomore. You have 2 more years of high school after this yet to come. What are some goals that are on your kind of career board that you could say that you still have that you want to accomplish that are still driving you forward?
I definitely want to win districts, which I think could be done this year, and I want to get to the state games. That's a big goal of mine. I want to I want to score like 40 in a game. I think that'd be really cool to score. Uh, I think winning the state would be really cool too.
Oh
Those are
yeah,
probably my
absolutely.
biggest ones.
Going down to Dayton and getting that trophy,
Yeah,
there's nothing better than that.
yeah.
Addison, before we let you go, we do this with all of our player profiles. We want to give you the time, take the spotlight that's on you right now and shine on other people. your support system, the people that kind of are there for you in your corner. I want to give you the time to give as many shout outs as you want.
Just shout out to like my whole family because they do a lot for me. They drive me to my AAU games that are like kind of far away. They're at all my games no matter how far the game is, and they're just always there for me. All my friends and teammates, they pick me up and they're always trying to make me feel better. And even when I'm in a bad mood, they can make me smile. And then the whole coaching staff, because they just work so hard. I mean, they have families of their own and they're always putting their whole time and effort into the entire team.
All right, Addison, we want to thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. We appreciate it. Wish you the best of luck the rest of the year, and we can't wait to talk
Thank
again
you.
real soon.